everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Sushmita. I'm really excited about today's video. It's because the product I'm going to talk about is not new, but I started using it recently and I kind of started loving it. I wasn't really expecting a lot from the product, but I turned out to be wrong. I started loving it. I keep on using it, and the product I'm talking about today, as you know from the title, is Lakme 925 Primer and Matte Perfect Cover Foundation. As I said, I wasn't really having high hope from this product. A lot of bloggers really did talk good things about it, so I thought I would give it a try. I recently bought it. I started using it and I kept reaching for it over and over and over again. After using quite a few times, I realized that I should definitely talk about it. As a beauty blogger, I think it is my moral responsibility to talk about a product, even if it is good, bad, whatever it is. I should definitely talk about it. So without any further ado, let's get started with the video. So first I'm going to start with the primer, but there is a twist. I'm going to apply the primer only half of my face. On the other half of my face, I'm not going to apply any primer. The reason is because the foundation says that it has primer in it, so I'm going to test whether that primer that it has in it works or not. So yeah, I'm going to apply the primer only this side of my face. So next we will move on to the foundation, which is the hero of today's video. I'm going to use two different techniques, one with the brush, one with the makeup sponge, because I want to test whether with which technique the foundation really blends in nicely. So let's get started with this side of my face. I'm going to take the foundation on the back of my hand, and with that I'm going to add 2 drops of NYX Total Control Drop Primer. The reason is this foundation gives me little dry patches over here and here where my face is little drying. So to avoid that, I have applied the drop primer. I have applied my foundation on both sides of my face using a sponge on this side and a brush on this side. Now I'm going to talk about whether the primer which I applied on this side and I haven't applied the primer on this side does make any difference or not. First, I don't see any visible difference because of the primer. This side I applied primer and this side I haven't really applied any primer. However, both the sides look absolutely same. Also, I don't really have huge pores on my face. They are very small pores, so the foundation actually fills the pores. But if you have huge pores, you might want to go for a primer. So yes, the primer in this foundation does work. Next, I'm going to talk about the different techniques that I used. This side of my face, I used a makeup sponge. This side of my face has a little bit less coverage than this side, because the sponge tends to absorb a little bit of a foundation inside it. So this side of my foundation has a little bit more coverage than this side. Well, I personally don't see any major difference using a sponge on this side and a brush on this side. The sponge side of my face looks smoother than this side. The reason is I applied the foundation with the brush, which is not completely dense. It has gap between its bristles. That's the reason why when I applied the foundation, I had little streaks around my nose, little under my nose, little over here and there. That's the reason why this side of my face, I feel it a lot more smoother than this side. But if you have like completely fluffier and dense foundation brush, you might not see a major difference between both the sides. Now that my foundation is done, we will move on to the concealer. The concealer I'm using today is from Swiss Beauty Liquid Concealer. This is a beautiful concealer, very nice consistency, give you a very beautiful full coverage. I have taken out the concealer on the back of my hand. The reason is the foundation dries down pretty quickly. When you apply liquid concealer on top of a dry foundation, it will move. So I don't want that to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a very tiny amount, just one dab, and just apply it on the corner of my eyes. You might want to look up while you apply it, and then on the sides of your eyes. And I'm going to apply the concealer with the same technique on my forehead, on the bridge of my nose and on my chin. This technique is my self-invented because I was dealing with this situation for a long period of time. I had a lot of foundation which used to dry down very quickly, and I was not being able to hold the foundation in its place while applying the concealer. And once the foundation dries down, when you apply the concealer, it moves and you have no other way out of it. And this method, I'm telling you guys, definitely works. It would not move your foundation. The foundation is in place, it hasn't moved. The concealer I have applied and it looks stunning. Alright, we'll quickly move on to the setting powder, and the setting powder I'm using today is from Fit Me. This is a holy grail product. I love this setting powder a lot. I'm obsessed with this. I'm going to quickly set my under eyes first. And then I will set the rest of my face. Once my face is set with the setting powder, we'll move on to the bronzer. And the bronzer I'm using today is from Rimmel London Natural Bronzer. And I'm going to bring it up until my cheekbone. This actually is the right amount. I applied way too much. I'm gonna have to cope up with that. Little on my forehead and a little on my jawline, and whatever is left on the brush, I'm going to apply it on the sides of my nose so that my makeup would look more cohesive. So with that bronzer, my base makeup is almost complete. I have to apply the blush, which I will be applying after I do my eye makeup. So I'm gonna quickly set my face for now. I'm going to set my face with NYX Dewy Setting Finish setting spray. Alright, so I'll do my eye makeup off camera and I'll be back with the detailed review. First, I'm going to talk about the packaging. The packaging is really beautiful, sleek. It is a frosted glass. It is a glass bottle. The cap, although is a plastic cap, it comes with a wand inside. But I'm not really a huge fan of the spatula because it is not sturdy at all. But that's not a big deal for me because the most important thing for me is what's inside the bottle. As I always say, what's inside the bottle and how the product performs is more important for me. The consistency of the product is quite runny. You can use the spatula to apply the product directly on your face, but I don't do that. From a hygienic point of view, I think it's not right. I always take out the product on the back of my hand, no matter if it is a pump or a spatula. That I think is the most hygienic way of applying a foundation. But overall, packaging wise, it's quite good. The MRP of this product is 475 rupees for 25 ml, which means it's quite affordable. Lakme had launched this product with 16 shades, which I think is commendable because Lakme never really had enough shade ranges for Indian skin tone. Although I think it's still not enough, but I think Lakme has done a great job. So thumbs up for that. Now the best thing about this foundation is that they have launched the product with 3 different undertones, a cool tone, a warm tone and a neutral tone, which I think is commendable. For an affordable foundation, you can choose your own undertone, which I think is a double thumbs up for that. Now we'll talk about the texture of the product. The texture is quite mattifying. It's not dry, it's not extremely drying, but it's mattifying. And remember that this product dries down pretty quickly, like with the snap of the finger the product dries down. So if you are more like a drier side, or if you want to apply a liquid product after applying this product, you need to be a little careful while applying any liquid product after applying this. Also, as I've said, it's a mattifying formula. If you are somebody who is more like a dry side of a person, like your skin is more like drying type, then you might want to moisturize well enough before applying this foundation. I personally am a normal to oily skin type of a person, but it still give me dry patches on the areas where I have like dryness. Before applying this foundation, I would definitely highly recommend to apply good amount of moisturizer or do apply some hydrating serum or anything before applying this foundation. Next, I'm going to talk about the finish of the product. I'll have to say that this will give you a very beautiful beautiful natural finish. I love the finish of the product. It's very light, it's very airy, and it doesn't feel like that you have applied a lot of product on your face. It doesn't feel heavy at all. The foundation gets set into your skin nicely even after 4 to 5 hours. I guess I have applied the foundation. It still looks stunning except for the natural creases around my mouth and a little very tiny amount under my eyes, which is I think completely natural. It happens with every foundation. I'm literally sitting into an oven because my fan is off, my cooler is off to give the voice quality better, and you can see sweating around my mouth and my nose, but the foundation is not breaking, not cracking from anywhere, and on top of that it's not slipping from anywhere, which I think is amazing. I did 2 tests with the foundation while applying the foundation. One, I haven't really applied any primer on this side of my face. This side I have applied primer, this side I haven't really applied any primer. And the second test is I applied the foundation with a sponge on this side of my face, and I applied the foundation on this side of my face using a brush. So this side is sponge, this side is brush, and I do not see any major difference for both the test. And finally it's time for a verdict. Please ignore the sweat around my mouth and all around my face. I cannot avoid that, but what I can do is keep on doing my job. First I'll talk about the price. It's very affordable for a foundation to have 16 shade ranges. On top of that, 3 different undertones, which is I think is amazing. 25 ml of product for 475 rupees. On top of that, you can get your hands on this whenever it is on discount. That will be the cherry on the cake. Definitely a thumbs up for the price. This product has everything that you are going to love about. Only thing that I felt is if you are more like a drying side, because I am not a dry person, but I still see dry patches here and there. If you are a dry side of a person, make sure you apply enough amount of moisturizer. But apart from that, quality wise, price wise, and on top of that, performance wise, I would give this product 4.5 out of 5. Alright, that's all for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this video will be helpful for you. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you want to see more review videos, do let me know that in the comment section down below as well. And do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Do hit that bell button because every time I upload my new videos, you will get a notification for that. And thank you so much for watching this video. Bye.